Welcome to the Privacy News Online Weekly Recap, where we bring you the latest privacy news stories from around the world. My name is Brian Tong, and I'm your host. And do note that there won't be a Privacy News Online show next week because we'll be taking a little break. When we come back, we'll have more privacy news and even a privacy talk with Mozilla, maintainers of the popular Firefox browser. So here's the latest from Privacy News Online. Survey finds 85% of smartphone users believe they're being spied on by a mobile app. A new survey by WhistleOut asked users if they believe an app on their phone spies on them, and if so, which app or apps. And the results are in. Only 15% didn't think an app was spying on them. Now, in terms of pointing out which app survey respondents think is the spy, 68% finger Facebook, 53% tattled on TikTok, 45% oogled at Google, and 43% instigated Instagram. You know, that's just clever writing right there. Now, other apps that made the list include Amazon, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Apple, and LinkedIn. IRS being investigated for tracking American location data without a warrant. The oversight body over the Internal Revenue Service is formally investigating the tax agency for buying location data from a firm called Vental. The investigation was opened after Senators Ron Wyden and Elizabeth Warren loudly requested it after news came out that the IRS had obtained location data on taxpayers without a warrant. Now, location data shouldn't be accessible to government agencies without a warrant, thanks to a 2017 Supreme Court ruling. Google gives IP addresses to police of people who have searched particular keywords or addresses. Court documents from an arson case have revealed that Google regularly gives information to law enforcement on anyone who has searched a particular keyword, including physical addresses. In this case, Google gave police a list of IP addresses that had searched for a particular address in the time frame leading up to the arson. These types of keyword warrants are similar to reverse location warrants, which have been ruled unconstitutional under the Fourth Amendment. And it sure seems like the Fourth Amendment should apply here as well. All right, let's check out the latest cybersecurity news from Josh, a cybersecurity expert from Intego, developers of award-winning security software.
Here are this week's top cybersecurity stories, brought to you by Intego. The T2 security chip inside every recent Mac has an unpatchable vulnerability. Apple's T2 coprocessor can be jailbroken using exploits that have previously been used to jailbreak iPhones. An attacker with physical access to a Mac can brute force the file vault drive encryption password, inject rootkits, and more. Since the attack requires physical access, I guess if you're worried about this, don't ever let your Mac out of your sight? In other news, we told you 6 weeks ago that Apple had erroneously notarized dozens of Mac malware samples. Well, Mac malware makers are at it again, sneaking adware droppers past Apple's automated review process. P&O viewers and listeners can stay protected with Intego's Mac or Windows protection software. For a special discount, use the link in the episode description. That's it for now. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks so much for that, Josh. And to learn more about Intego, check out the links below. All right, back to more privacy news. Court seeks IP address from Twitter for account allegedly linked to Seth Rich conspiracy. A U.S. magistrate judge has ruled in a defamation suit that Twitter must provide information on the since-deleted Twitter account Weispertech. The account has been linked to the spread of the Seth Rich conspiracy, and Twitter has until October the 20th to give up the IP address and initial account registration information to the court. Top court rules again that EU laws may not require general and indiscriminate data retention, but then muddies the privacy waters. The Court of Justice of the European Union has issued some important clarifications to the EU's view on the data retention laws of member nations. The court reaffirmed that national level laws cannot force communication companies to indiscriminately send all information to national security agencies. Additionally, nations can't force companies to store logs as a preventative measure. Now, the law does permit targeted data retention. However, the law is clear that general and indiscriminate data retention is not permitted. Europol names privacy wallets, coins, and open marketplaces as top threats in Internet Crime Report. Europol's latest Internet Organized Crime Threat Assessment lists specific privacy-enhancing software as a top threat to international police efforts. Besides privacy-focused cryptocurrency wallets like Samurai and Wasabi, Europol also called out open bazaar and open marketplaces as a threat. At the same time, the report noted that most dark web purchases are still being made with Bitcoin, not Zcash, Dash, or Monero. Now you're up to date on the latest privacy and cybersecurity news. Privacy News Online is brought to you by Private Internet Access, the award-winning no-log VPN service that reminds you to always use protection. Now, whether you use the internet to stream, torrent, or just browse, a VPN subscription from private internet access will hide your IP address and location, block ads, malware, and trackers, and it will even unblock geo-restricted content so you can stream your favorite shows wherever you are in the world. Don't wait another second. Sign up for private internet access now and get up to 2 months free using the link below, where you can also find a link to learn more about all the stories in this week's Privacy News Online. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Brian Tong, and we will see you again after the break.